Hi guys, this is Squirrel here, and in this episode of the Computer Tips and Tricks series we'll be talking about the GPUs or graphics processing units. And again, we're in the middle of the forest here, so like the hard drive and SSD episode of the Computer Tips and Tricks series, I'm sorry if you can hear background noises, but once I reviewed the that episode of the series, I did realise that there was not really much background noise and the quality of the audio is quite good, so I hope it's the same this time. But anyway, straight to the subject of this video. As always, I'll start with what the GPU actually does. So what the GPU does, it basically it's really simple. All it does is really accelerate the creation of images on the screen. So the better the GPU, the more the acceleration is, or more the frame buffering is basically. So there's not really much more to talk about on what graphics processing units actually does, besides the fact that it creates images. Now, before I continue on, I am continuing on. A lot of people think that GPUs and video cards or graphics cards are the same thing, okay? GPUs and graphics cards are not exactly the same thing. The GPU, you got a graphics card, the GPU is inside the graphics card. So the graphics card basically, it models 3D and 2D graphics, and the GPU, as I said before, accelerates frame buffering and the creation of images. So the GPU and the graphics card are not the same thing. The GPU is inside the video card or the graphics card. So yeah, just a little side note, just making sure you know that the GPU is not the same as the graphics card. So first I'll just say, basically, I might as well just go straight on to what integrated graphics processing units are, or iGPUs. iGPUs are basically, well, like before, I said that the GPU is built into the video card. Well, with iGPUs, they're basically, instead of being built into a video card, they're built into the CPU. So that really explains why integrated graphics processing units are way less powerful than normal graphics processing units, because they have no video card to back it up. So therefore, there will be way less creation of 3D and 2D graphics on the screen, which will obviously mean less frames, and you won't be able to see as good quality as you would if you were using a proper discrete graphics card. So instead of continuing and just going all into the specifications of GPUs or talking about what they do, I'd prefer to get to the main point of this video, which is what you guys were thinking: what video card do I need? So I've split it up into 3 tiers. I've split it to a low tier, and a middle tier, and a high tier. So a low tier basically is, say if you want to be playing Minecraft or maybe any other 2D game you want to play, and probably you might be able to get away with, say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on low settings in the low tier, and video editing is quite possible in the low tier as well. And in the medium tier, you should be able to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 3 on, say, medium settings with the medium tier, and obviously video editing is going to be a bit faster with the medium tier. And the high tier, you probably should be able to play Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 when it comes out at probably medium to high settings, depending on how good your CPU is in the system. So before I go on to any of those tiers, I'd just like to say that if you're buying a laptop or you're buying a desktop computer that has integrated graphics, you're going to have to go with an Intel graphics an Intel graphics HD 4000 or higher. Like because you could be watching this video and there could be an Intel graphics HD 5000 out by the time you watch this video. So anything at this point, it's basically an Intel graphics HD 4000 is the only integrated graphics you're going to be able to get, and make sure if you do decide to go a lower or worse in iGPU, make sure you go with at least an Intel integrated graphics processing unit. Don't never ever go with a AMD graphics processing unit, otherwise you're gonna even struggle to run Minecraft on those. Just if you got a really low budget, at least go with the HD 3000 graphics. So I'll just I'll just go straight to the low tier. So for the low tier, you want to be at least going for a NVIDIA GeForce 6600 GT. For the medium tier, you want to be going with the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 280 or the AMD Radeon HD 4890. For the high tier, you want to be looking at something along the lines of the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 560 Ti or the AMD Radeon HD 6970. So that's about all I have to mention in this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, all that, and also in the next episode we'll be talking about what operating system you should be getting at this point, and the operating system probably will be the last episode in this series, and I'll probably move on to a laptop repair series after I've finished with this computer tips and tricks series, which will obviously, as I just said, be over after the next episode. So yet again, subscribe for weekly content. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys.